Hey everybody, it's Sarah Bailey. How are you? I just want to take a quick couple minutes and go over what to say for MLM scripts for calling professionals. Now, calling professionals is a great way to go because they're already driven. Most of them have worked on commission before. They're go-getters. They don't have an entitlement mentality, and they're just great people to partner up with. But when you call professionals, like cold calls, you're not going to have as high of a number signing up as you would if you're calling your warm market. Okay, so warm market is always the king, but if you're looking for a good backup method, calling professionals is great. And just know you have to have a tough posture. You have to learn to toughen up because this crowd is a different crowd than calling leads or talking to your warm market. You have to know it's more about your mindset than exactly what questions to ask them when you're calling them. Okay, so this video is more a follow-up to the first one, which was how to set up an appointment with somebody that's a professional that you would find online. Let's say you go online, you find some professionals, you call them up, you ask if they're open to taking a look at something outside of what they're currently doing. They say yes, you set up a time to follow up with them, and now this is the call, this is what you're going to say when you call them. Okay? So I'll give you links below about where you can find that first post and also the links for the follow-up call as well. So you're going to call them up and you want to have a posture of somebody who's a CEO of a company. Okay, you are in charge of the expansion of your company in the area where this person lives. Okay, it's very important that you have that posture so that when you're asking those questions, you're carrying that through and your prospect is going to see that or they're going to feel that. Okay, so you call them up and you're going to say, let's say her name's Rhonda and she's a realtor. You're going to say, hey Rhonda, she'll say yes. Say, this is Sarah Bailey, whatever your name is, how you doing? And she'll say, great, whatever. Say, listen, okay, so we talked the other day, you said you were open to taking a look at something outside of what you're doing in real estate. What I want to do now is tell you a little bit about what we're doing with the expansion of our company, ask you some questions to see if you have some of the qualities of the people we're looking for to partner up with us in this expansion. And then I'm going to give you an opportunity to ask questions as well so that we can see if it's going to be a good fit for you. Now tell me, how long have you been in real estate? Okay, so as a side note, what's really important to do is when you give that little introduction to follow up immediately with a question, okay? Whoever asks the questions is the one in control of the conversation, so you want to make sure that that's you, okay? Not the other person you're talking to. So always, even if they ask you a question, you can answer it and turn right around with another question. So she's going to say how long she's been in real estate. Ask her a few more questions to dig a little deeper. Ask genuinely curious questions about her and her professional career. You could say, what other kinds of jobs have you had in the past? And out of all those jobs, what has been your favorite? What have you liked the best? What do you see as your biggest challenge in what you're doing right now? Okay? Get a few of those questions answered. And then you're going to say, listen, when we talked a couple days ago, you said you were open to other ways of making money. I'm just curious, what is it that has you open? Now and now as a side note, you want to get out a piece of paper and a pen and write down her responses. This will get at her why for joining you in your business, and that's really critical for you to do that. Okay, so she tells you, why she's open. And you say, great, okay, so what kind of income are you looking for on a monthly basis? So she's going to tell you her why, okay, why she's open, and you'll say, okay, great, so what kind of income are you looking for on a monthly basis? She's going to tell you, and then you want to turn around and take that number she just gave you and say, let's say she said $5,000 a month. Okay, so $5,000 a month. What would that do for you? Then she'll go further into her why. So she'll say, paying for kids' college, she's going to pay off a credit card, she's going to go on vacation, whatever it is she's going to do. Write down that stuff too. Okay, so she'll tell you, kind of how she's going to use that money. And then you're going to say, how important is it to you that you're able to earn $5,000 a month so that you can do X, Y, and Z and list those things she just said. And she'll tell you that it's important. And then you're going to say, okay, so how serious are you about earning that $5,000 a month so that you can do that? How serious are you? And she's going to tell you, and you're going to know right away whether or not you want to spend much more time with that prospect. Okay, if she's like a 7, 8, 9, or 10, that's great. If she's only like a 3 out of 10, not to take her that seriously, okay? So let's say she's pretty serious about it, and you'll say, okay, great. I'm going to tell you just a little bit about our company, but I'm going to send you a company presentation that will give you a better picture of what our company is all about. The name of our company is, name your company, and name a sentence or two about it. Don't verbally throw up on them about it because they may not watch a video if you do, okay? If she pushes you and says, tell me more about the company, you could say, you know what, Rhonda, I can't do it justice in a 30-second or a couple-minute conversation with you about what our company's about. It's kind of like you giving an open house tour over the telephone. You just can't do it, okay? So I'm going to send you the presentation. It'll explain it much better than me. It'll take you about 20 minutes, or whatever the length of time is for you, okay? So then you're going to say, how soon can you watch that in the next day or two? Or when do you think you can watch it in the next day or two? She'll tell you and say, you want to get as narrowed down of a time as you can. So if she says tomorrow, say, okay, morning or afternoon. She'll tell you morning or afternoon. And then you want to set up a time, schedule an appointment for a follow-up call with her within an hour or two of when she watches a video, okay? So let's say she's going to watch it in the morning. You're going to say, okay, great. How about if I call you tomorrow morning at 11? Will that give you enough time to watch the video? I want to be able to answer your questions for you and see if it's going to be a good fit. And she'll say yes or no. You want to firm up that appointment, okay? Otherwise, she may not show up. And you could say something like, look, okay, 11 o'clock, I'm writing that down on my calendar. Make sure you write it down on your calendar. And I'm going to call you at 11. So if something comes up that you are not able to make that call, please do me the professional courtesy of letting me know in advance that you need to reschedule the time, and I would appreciate that. And she'll probably say yes. Okay, so you get her email address, and you're going to send her the video or the audio or whatever it is that you do, and make sure you write down that appointment time in the email to confirm it again, and then send her the email and do the follow-up call. And if you want information about the follow-up call, I have that on video as well, and it's also in a blog post, so I will put those links below so you can access those, what to say in the follow-up call. I hope this information has been helpful. Hope you have a fantastic day. Here's to your success.